What's up, slingers? Hey, Clint Tucker here, guitar trainer and coach in the greater Nashville area. And I'm going to be helping you guys get some other ideas about songwriting with the pentatonic scale. So make sure you're in tune and we're going to get started. So the pentatonic scale is basically, going to be like our skin that we're going to use, right? So we're going to make sure that we're in C minor pentatonic just for today's purposes. You can do whatever you want. And what we're going to do is the first little thing we're going to work on making a riff is using just the root notes, like the actual notes there in the scale, and use them as a like a power chord, right? So C being the root, that'd be the power chord. The E flat would be the flat 3. That'd be a power chord. The F being the 4, that'd be a power chord. And the G being the 5, that's a power chord. And then the B flat, that's the flat 7, that'd be a power chord. So we can literally just practice making up a riff with those right there. We can just kind of go. That's one way we can practice it. The other way we could practice it is maybe practice the scale in power chord form to get an idea of what you like the sound of, and then you put that with like a little backing track, right? So, okay, we're going to try this with a backing track, little drum track. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I like the way that sounds. What about the flat 7? Oh, that sounds kind of cool. Let's try the 4. Let's try the 5. Okay, maybe the 4 and the flat 3. Okay. Okay, experiment with some different rhythms. We can experiment with some different rhythms. Maybe we can try like a... where we're going to go back and forth from the 1 to the flat 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, flat 7. That sounds kind of cool. Another thing we can do is we can practice with the notes after the power chord. So maybe like that's kind of cool. We could try it with the flat 3. That sounds cool. What about the flat 7? What about the 5? Now the interesting thing about that 5 is that the 5 of the 5 is actually the 2. So it's not normally in the scale, but when we put it in there, it sounds great. So you can experiment with adding that in, and now you have a hexatonic scale. Sounds really cool. So we can try playing the power chord with a drum track. Then we can try to play power chord mixed with the actual scale. And experiment with that. The other thing that we can do is we can practice with maybe taking a lick and put that with the backing track or like the drum track and keep moving it over and displacing the rhythm. So we can try that too. All right, so let's see how that feels. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Beat 1. 1 and. Beat 2. Two and. Beat 3. That's 3 and. You start to get the idea, right? And get some really cool stuff happening out of that. And so, experiment. You can just take a really simple idea, like, and move it around in between all the 8th notes or even on the 16th notes of the beat and see where it really, creates new emotion and new flavor, okay? So kind of keep that in mind and use that in your next little songwriting session when you're coming up with a riff or whatever. All right, so let's recap. We got power chords of each note that's in the scale. We got notes after the power chords. And we also have moving the notes over in the bar, in between beat 1 on the and of 1, 2 on the and of 2, 3 on the and of 3, and so on. And experiment with that. Take those 3 little tips, try them out in your next songwriting session, and make sure that you like and subscribe. Make sure that you share this with anybody that's working on their own riffs. Slingers, we'll see you later. Y'all have a good one. Bye.